Bonjour, today we are going to practice the imperfect verb in French, obviously, but for second group verbs. Before I start, remember there is a support guide available with this lesson. Very useful, I find. If you don't know how to access this support guide, then join my community. Click on the join button below. That's how you access the support guide. And also, you get to see me live with exclusive lessons regularly as well. Now, let's have a look at the imparfait. Now, also known as the imperfect in English. What's the purpose of the imperfect? How is it even form? Now, the imperfect or imparfait is a tense that reflects a habit or used to do something. So if I trace a timeline, those of you that follow my videos may have seen this before. Okay, so this is the timeline where you have, let's say, le futur. Okay, le futur. And then here, vous avez le présent. Ça, c'est le présent. Now, any other tenses before the present are past tenses. And you've got a few. But the imperfect stands, for example, in the past here, imparfait. And interestingly, imparfait, it is an action that somehow carried on in the past, but stopped at some point. So, it's a used to. I used to play tennis for 4 years. I used to play tennis every Wednesday, but I don't anymore. So I used to. Or I was cooking when you arrived. So the was cooking means it's an action that started and suddenly it carried on for a little while in the past, but was stopped because you arrived. Okay? So that's what the imparfait is. It's a used to do something or a habit, okay, or what, so used to is the habit, sorry, and or was doing something. Yeah? You see that? So, how is the imperfect form in IR verbs? Now, today we are concentrating with the second group verbs. Though it is a regular group, as well as the ER, it's actually a bit more tricky to conjugate, and that's why I'm going to practice that with you. How is it formed? Okay, now you take the stem of the verb, plus you add the special endings. I'm going to write endings here. Okay. Imperfect endings. Now, when you think of endings in French verbs, okay, you may wonder, but why? How useful is it really? And do I need to be accurate? Well, the answer to this question is yes. Yes and yes, okay? If you're not telling me or giving me the right ending of the verb you're using, then I will not know when the scene takes place. So if you just said to me, je finir, giving me like I to finish, I don't know when it is happening. But if you said to me, j'ai fini, I know that you finished it. It's a passé composé. It's done. And if you said to me, je finirai, I will finish, I know that it's a future tense. Okay, so depending on the ending and the way you use the stem and the ending, then I will know exactly when it's happening. Okay, and I understand it doesn't come naturally for you guys if you do not speak French, but it may be that in your language you use it as well. You use special endings. So, what are the endings of the imparfait? Regardless whether it is IR verb, ER verb, or third group verbs, it's always the same. For je, it is est. Okay, so you're going to put stem and est. Tu, stem of the word est. Il est. Elle est. On est. Nous yons. Vous yez. And I will come back to it in 1 second. Il, and then est. Elle est. Now, here you have the stem of that verb you want to conjugate, okay? Now, let's go back to ion just quite quickly. Ion, if you did not have the I and kept the ending as on, then it's a present tense. So, stem plus present tense, okay, for ER verbs. But we have talked about it in another practice videos, okay? So, be very careful not to forget this I before ONS and this I before EZ, okay? But let's see how it affects the IR verbs, okay? because that's what we are concentrating on. So let's get rid of these to make it much simpler for our practice. What is the right stem of a verb when it comes to IR verbs? Now listen to me really carefully because it's quite tricky. For finir, such as finir, to finish, okay, an IR verb, in the imparfait. So we want to say, I used to finish or I was finishing. But how are we going to create that in French? Well, you need the right stem. How do you get the stem for finir? You use the new form of finir in the present tense. Okay? I know what you think, yeah? Huh? Okay. You need to know how to conjugate finir in the present tense in order to get that stem. Now, the good thing with IR verbs regular, their stem is always something is and then the ending. Okay, so the new form of finir is nous finissons. We are finishing or we finish. Okay, but for every single, and we are going to have a look at that other IR verb, it's going to be the same is sound. Okay, so knowing that the stem for finir is finisse, because we've taken it from this here. Can you see that? Here, there, okay? That's what we want. We want the stem. We don't want the full verb. We want the stem of it. And then we want to add our special imperfect ending. For je, it's a, for tu, it's a, and so on, okay? So, I used to finish, je finissais. You used to finish, tu finissais. Il finissait. Elle finissait. On finissait. Nous finissions. Vous finissiez. Il finissait. Elle finissait. Now, I did mention the ER verb earlier on. If you do not have I here, that makes a present tense. Same for IR. Nous finissons. We are finishing. Nous finissions. We were finishing. Do you see the difference? One letter makes a lot of difference. Okay, so have a look at that. Try to get that. I know that it's going fast, but again, I have covered this many times in many videos that I have produced in the past. Okay, this is a reminder. Okay, so these are the endings. These are how we form the stem of the verb, okay? And usually it's always is, okay, plus ending, okay? So let's have a look at what happened when we want to conjugate it and practice it. Tom, and the verb we want is grandir, which means to grow, okay, vite. So we want to use it in the imparfait, okay? So Tom used to grow quickly, okay, was growing quickly, not used to, it was growing. Now remember that the imperfect reflects on two things in English, used to and was doing, okay, or was, whatever the verb is. So, Tom was growing quickly. How would you say that in French? Knowing that grandir is your infinitive verb, IR verb. So, what you need to do is drop IR and add the special stem ending, is. Do you remember? Because if you put the new version, nous grandissons is the way we are saying we are growing, okay, present tense. Take the is stem, okay, add it to grand, okay, to make a bigger stem, grandissent, and then add the special ending. So we have grand, sorry, why do I use capital letter? So grand, okay, I think something fell behind me. Tom grandissent, and then we need the special ending. So for Tom, it's il. So we need the special ending for il in the imperfect tense. So let's go back. For il, can you see it here? It's A-I-T. Can you see that? They're all really. Except for ion, iye, The only thing that varies is the fact that je's S, tu's S, and the others have T, and the other have E and T for the il version. So, Tom grandissait vite. Tom used to grow or was growing quickly. Have a look at the next one. Grossir. That's another second group verb. Grossir means to get fat or to put on weight. Ma chienne, my dog, my chienne, my female dog, my dog, was putting on weight. But she was putting on 2 kilos every month. Tous les mois, she was putting on. Okay, so we want to use the imperfect. How do we do that? Well, remember, gros, and then six, and then a special ending. So here we go. Gros, si, and then double S. And what is the special ending for ma chienne? It's going to be the same as il and elle. They conjugate the same way. Grossissait, as a grossissait. Ma chienne grossissait de 2 kilos tous les mois. So we've added AIT. Why? Because ma chienne reflects the she, elle. Okay, and that's the ending of the imperfect. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Vous, and then the word is finir. We've done that, so that's quite easy. Tout le temps votre repas avant 20 heures. So, tout le temps means all the time. Votre repas is your meal before 8 p.m. So, you used to finish your meal all the time before 8 p.m. How do we conjugate finir in the imperfect? For vous, well, let's have a look. We use the stem, so finis, that's it, okay, finis. And then for vous, it is, and I'm going to show you it. There you go. Can you identify it? Can you spot it? That's right. It is here, isn't it? I-E-Z for vous. So let's have a look and put I-E-Z to it. I-E-Z. So, vous finissiez tout le temps votre repas avant 20 heures. Okay? You used to finish all the time your meal before 8 p.m. Okay? Now let's have a look and finish with this one. Je, and then the verb is obéir. That means to obey. Toujours à mes parents. I used to obey my parents all the time. Toujours. Toujours. All the time. Okay? Now, how do you create the imperfect of this second group verb? So, let's take and build on with a stem. Obey, and then drop IR and add is. Obéisse. Okay? And then add the special ending. For je, it is here. AIS. For je, it is AIS. So here we go. Je obéissais. Maybe I should put them together. Je obéissais toujours à mes parents. Now, what we have here, because the verb begins with a vowel, we need to drop the E and add an apostrophe to make it sound better. So now instead of saying je obéissais toujours à mes parents, it becomes j'obéissais toujours à mes parents. I used to obey always to my parents. I used to obey. Okay? Okay, that's it for me. If you want more examples, it's available on your support guide. And how do you get it? Join the community. That's how you get all the support guide, and you get to see me exclusively live as well, which is quite a bonus, I think. Anyway, that's it for me. Subscribe and leave a comment. Au revoir. À bientôt. Bisous, bisous.